Despite this being a rebuild of Manchester United, we've probably had the quietest transfer window ever in an FM rebuild. The January transfer window in Season 2 saw no players come in. Now, it didn't help that we had absolutely zero money to spend and minus in the wages, and we only had one player go. That was Daniel Gore, a player that I would have liked to have kept, but with the quality we now got in midfield with Andre and Rifa and Kobe Manu, he didn't play at all, and we've got a little bit in. I think this is a few deals that Manchester United need to do a little bit more over the next few seasons, getting some of these under-20s, under-21s out of the door that are maybe not Man United quality and getting a few million quid. Now, it hasn't been helped that the squad is super heavy. Players such as Christian Eriksen, now his contract is expiring at the end of the season, so we've only got to wait another few months, 4 months before we can finally get rid of his £170,000 a week wages. Jadon Sancho, transfer listed, not any interest at all. He's got a year and a half left on his deal. And the same for Anthony. He's now valued for some reason at £52 million. He's got 2.5 years left on his deal, and he's got £150,000 a week. We really need to get them two out of the club. One person that is definitely staying there is Harry Maguire. Now, his contract was expiring at the end of this season, and I've just decided, because I really want to focus on 3 or 4 key players for the team next year, starting positions. I thought, I don't want to have to be going into the market and finding backups for certain areas. He's had a decent season for us, as you can see. 12 appearances, couple of goals, 7.18 average rating. Look, he's a backup, but just for 1 more year, 18 more months, he's going to be sat behind what we have at the moment, which is 4 very good centre-halves in Todibo, Milenkovic, Ignacio and Martinez. We definitely need to strengthen in the summer. It does look like Bruno Fernandes, actually the offers have gone, but 2 Saudi Arabian clubs had shown interest. It was Al Hilal and Al Nasser. That interest has disappeared, but I do imagine it will reappear in the summer. I am willing to allow him to go now that he's the age of 30. He'll be 31 pretty much at the start of the season as well. So we've got that to look at. We've also, the biggest issue is the issue of the centre forward. Now, we said we wanted to put all our eggs in one basket. Rasmus Højlund is very much doing what he is doing in real life. He is causing problems, getting into good areas, but 8 goals in 21 starts, 8 as sub, 14 XG, so he's underperforming by 6 goals. That is a huge problem. He's missing big chances. His assist as well came from a shot that he should have scored, and it was a rebound in the FA Cup for Jadon Sancho. So that is something to think about for next season. What do we do with Rasmus Højlund? I am going to play him till the end of the season. Like Marcus Rashford has kind of proved. Marcus Rashford is going well. Would you like me to have Marcus Rashford leading the line next season and we look at strengthening other areas? Let me know down in the comments. Or do we need to bring someone in? And it needs to be someone big. Someone who's going to come in and score us the goals. Do we do that? Or do we rely on Marcus Rashford? Do we give him the opportunity to redeem himself? Or do we keep our faith in a very underperforming Rasmus Højlund? So that leaves us where we are and some planning to do. Now, the only issue is we desperately need Champions League football. The finances are low, as you can see. The actual club finances is shocking. Absolutely shocking. The no Champions League football has definitely killed us. We spent about £100 million, didn't we, in the transfer window? I think, what was it, 260 in and 160 out. So with that and no Champions League football, it's cost us a little bit. All the loans going out of the club as well. We are, however, second in the Premier League, but it is looking tight. Only 15 games to go. We're only 5 points away from teams such as Manchester City. We were top. We'd made a great start to the season, and then we just started losing random games. Southampton 3-0, Bournemouth 1-0, like Man City 1-0, I can take that. Brentford 2-0, Sheffield United, and these are games where we're just not scoring. We are creating, we are not scoring. Now, the tactic itself, we've tweaked a little bit. We've kind of now at the moment, to try and get the best out of Bruno Fernandes and Vanna, we've decided to play them in the middle, so like Wirtz on the left, and then Hoffman on the right. Vanna himself is the club's leading goal scorer, 10 goals. Well, he was the club's leading goal scorer. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes and Paul Vanna, our leading goal scorers, which shows how much our underperforming strikers are doing. Now, Transfer window-wise for the summer, I want your thoughts. I think we're okay in defence. We're covered in defence. We've got Martinez, we've got Todibo, we've got Maguire, Ignacio. Shaw's going to start playing there a little bit. We've got Illing and Shaw that can play out there. Also, Alvaro Fernandez. We've got right side, we've got Dalot and Frimpong, who's been out injured for a while. Midfield, we've got Højbjerg, Menu, Andre and Vifa. Now, for me, like, Højbjerg's come in and done a job for us, but I do think it's maybe time to look at either moving him on or moving Scott McTominay on, who has definitely not played much this season. Try and get a little bit of value for him with only a year and a half left on his deal. With that, then, we will look at bringing in an absolute world class would be good, but someone, not a developing player, not of someone who can fit in, not a Mats Vifa, who is definitely got the potential, is definitely doing a good job for us, but like, you know, we're talking 4 or 5-star holding midfielder. That is the plan. We also need to bring in potentially a replacement for Bruno Fernandes. Money will be tight, extremely tight, if we don't get Champions League football. We've also got the issue with Højlund and Rashford, so as I said, let me know your thoughts. Our Europa Conference League form has, as expected, been sensational. Well, we can't call it sensational. We've been beating teams that we should be beating. We've qualified for the knockout stages. Look, it's a competition where you 1,000,000% must win. We've been forced into a replay against Plymouth. Disappointing. Like, this just shows the issue that we've got. 26 attempts, 9 on target, an XG of 3.91 with 63% of the ball. Absolute underperforming. I think this game has helped us in terms of the XG because we scored 6 against Brighton with an XG of 3.69. But we have, look, these games where it's all clicked. There's actually, where's that game? There it is. We beat Liverpool 6-1. With an XG of 3.10. So if you add that in, them two overperformances, if you look at the XG, our expected goals is the highest in the division, 49.79. So with that underperformance, it's just starting to cost us a little bit in certain games. So that is the dilemma we've got. Højlund, Rashford, sign someone new. Let me know down in the comments. All right, so that is it. That's where we're at. Not a great shape financially. A lot of work to be done. Transfer suggestions, in particular for that like world-class holding midfield. I think we do need a little bit of creativity in there. All of them can pretty much do the volante, so maybe a real creative force. Who do we bring in to replace Bruno Fernandes? Do we need a new striker? Let me know down in the comments. Said we'll play this final. We will get to the final of the Conference League, and we'll do that on Sunday evening. All right, and that will wrap up Season 2, and we'll see you then. Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later.